Welcome back to SBR Forum Videos. The AFC North is one of the toughest divisions in the NFL to handicap, as three teams are bunched up in the NFL future odds from Bovada Sportsbook. And we'll start it off with the co-favorite, the Baltimore Ravens, a team that has lost some players on both sides of the football, one of them being key defensive tackle Haloti Ngata. If you guys know, Ngata was one of the best players in Ravens franchise history, absolutely a force in the middle of that defensive line. And now they're going to have to fill that void with Brandon Williams, third-year defensive player out of Kirkwood, Missouri. Now, Williams does have big shoes to fill, but other than that, the Ravens defense, I think, should still be pretty good. They still have pretty much all of their secondary returning, and of course still have Terrell Suggs there on the outside disrupting and making quarterbacks have nightmares on Saturday evenings. Now, even though the Ravens are a plus 190 to win the AFC North so far coming into this season, I do have some question marks on the offensive side of the football. Of course, Steve Smith is really their only credible wide receiving threat, as they're going to be starting a rookie opposite him likely here come the 2015 season. Justin Forsett had an outstanding 2014, but can he repeat that in 2015? I'm not sure. So still some question marks remaining for the Baltimore Ravens. However, still should be a solid football team coming into the 2015 season. The Steelers, of course, also at plus 190. Pretty much deja vu from what we saw last season with this AFC North future odds division, also at plus 190. Their question marks pretty much solely reside on the defensive side of the football, as they were 18th last year in total defense. Lost Troy Polamalu, lost Bress Kiesel, lost Ike Taylor. That is three very big positions to fill. Veteran guys who have all been very, very good for the Steelers, especially Polamalu. So will the Steelers be able to bounce back from that? I'm not quite sure. However, plus 190 may be slightly overvalued from where they're going into here into training camp in a couple weeks. Now the Bengals come in at plus 220. They ended up re-signing veteran defensive end Michael Johnson, a big defender for them. Of course, they lost Terrence Newman, however, so that's going to be interesting to see where their cornerback battle goes in the secondary here throughout training camp. But, of course, with the Bengals, we have to talk about Andy Dalton, who had a huge regression last season, only threw 19 touchdowns after a year after throwing 33. Still turning the ball over way too much. He had threw 19 touchdowns, but had 17 interceptions as well. If he has another regression this year, the Bengals might have to blow this thing up and try to find another quarterback, because Dalton, even though he looked like he was on the right path in 2013, 2014 brought a huge downgrade for him. So the Bengals really do have a lot of question marks residing on that side of the football coming into the 2015 season. And finally, of course, everyone's favorite AFC North foe, the Cleveland Browns, come in at 9-1 to win the AFC North. Of course, no one really betting them to win the division here so far this season, but they are one of the biggest mysteries in the entire NFL coming into the 2015 season. Will they regress from the 2014 season? We saw them go 7-9. Actually looking like a pretty solid team until, of course, they lost their quarterback and lost their last 5 games in a row of the 2014 season. They do have an extremely tough schedule. Taking a look at it here, 6 of their first 10 games are on the road, and of those 6 games, they have to play all 3 of their divisional road foes here in that first 10-game stretch. So things are going to be tough here. Could it be Could Mike Pettin be on the hot seat here? We obviously know that the Browns are not shying away from firing coaches in the middle of the season. So could be an interesting year to be a Cleveland Browns fan. We'll keep you up to date on everything AFC North related as we go along here. But that'll do it for me this time. For SBR Forum Videos, I'm Jordan Sharp.